No more extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist, no more communion in the hand. The body and blood of my Son is being outraged by many lay people who are taking upon themselves powers that are endowed only upon priests. January 27, 2016. Appeal from Mary, the mystical Rose, to her predilect sons and the people of God. No more extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist, no more communion in the hand. Little children of my heart, may the peace of my Lord be with you all. My little ones, many sacrileges are being committed with the Holy Eucharist. My Son is being insulted in his divinity through the unworthy and impure hands of my lay children. As Mother of the Son of God and Mother of humanity, I ask you, my beloved children, to stop this abomination. No more extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist, nor any more communion in the hand. The body and blood of my Son is being outraged by many lay people who are taking upon themselves powers that are endowed only upon priests and other consecrated ministers, such as the Pope, the cardinals and bishops. No hand that has not been consecrated by the priestly ministry can touch my Son. Little children, the number of Eucharistic violations being committed by so-called extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist is appalling. Many of my lay children, with the complacency of the priest, are exercising the ministry of the Eucharist in many churches. Pride is commonplace in many of them, and it is getting to the point that the laity are ending up making many decisions that ought to be made by the priest. What sorrow I feel in my heart, to see how many of my little lay children desecrate the holy vessels, taking from the tabernacle in their unworthy hands the chalice where the consecrated hosts remain. I tell you, only the consecrated hands of my beloved priests can touch the chalice with the consecrated hosts, and only his hands can distribute communion. I beg you, my beloved little children, do not delegate this sacred ministry any more to my little lay children. Do not make yourselves the guilty ones. Leave your comfort behind and fulfill the priestly ministry that has been conferred upon you. I ask you, my beloved ones, what will you answer my Father tomorrow, for all the abuses and offenses that many of you are committing on his Son's divinity? Heaven weeps with me, seeing how Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament is offended and dishonored in so many of his churches. My adversary enjoys every desecration that my Son receives. Many consecrated hosts are being lost and are ending up at satanic churches for the celebration of black masses. My adversary has infiltrated many of my Son's churches, many extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist who serve him by stealing consecrated hosts for the satanic cults. Thousands of consecrated hosts are sold, and their price will vary depending upon the minister of the Church who has consecrated them. A host consecrated by the Pope, a cardinal or bishop, is paid at a high price, and with these, they make a special satanic ritual to harm the Eucharistic body of my Son. Satanists destroy religious and priestly communities with these hosts consecrated by high-ranking ministers of the Church. My beloved, I ask you to stop this outrage to my Son's divinity, which is being done by my lay children. Every insult and desecration that my Son receives is a sword that pierces my heart. In hell lie many of my beloved who, while alive, allowed these abuses to the divinity of my Son, and with them there are many lay people, extraordinary ministers, whose spiritual pride did not allow them to make amends and to ask for God's forgiveness for such a vile abuse. As mother of consecrated souls in this my invocation as mystical rose, I ask you, my beloved sons, with all my heart, as soon as possible to stop this outrage and offense that has been committed against my Son's divinity, so that tomorrow you have nothing to lament. Little children, no more communion in the hand, nor any more laity in distributing communion, because this sacrilege is making many to lose their soul. Your mother, Mary the Mystical Rose. Let my messages be known to all mankind.